Hello and welcome back to the Empyion channel, and this is Empyion. And I know I was saying that I'm going to do a new series, but I sort of got a sidetrack. I actually built something else. Like over here, you can already see that. Yeah, I'm currently on a temperate planet. I'm actually on the moon, on a Hijat moon. And this is where I was before, and my frontier base is over here. And I also built a extra things that over here as well. It's not a ground base, but a same thing as the frontier base, but it's in space as well. So I'm actually going to show you that. Before showing you that, I wanted to show you some of the vessel that I just make. So over here you can see that I made a hover vessel. This thing's basically just chopping woods down, and the mobility are very good at. The mobility, turn right and left. The front thruster and the back are same speed. It just got a lot of the right and left thrusters. Yeah, despite being just a chopping down woods, it has so much efficiency. So yeah, that might be all of it. And just in case, if you are on a planet that has no oxygen, you can fill your oxygens over here. This is the O2 station. Sorry about that. And on this side over here, you got armor locker you can use. And the front, I have a 2 harvester. The chopping down wood's a lot faster. And the block inside, it's the extension. Basically the inside is the extensions, and then outside it's just the normal steel. Yeah, all that, and we offer a little bit of a good protections around it. And on the top here you see 2 sorry about that, 2 minigun turrets, I think. Is it? I kind of forgot. Yeah, you got 2 minigun turrets on the top to protect you while you were chopping down trees. And I basically make this for the frontier base that I have. As you know, it requires a lot of the wood, so I just basically make this for saving me a lot of work by just cutting down by hand. And up here, I'm gonna start with the CV, and this one is the Explorer. Basically just make for exploring the galaxies and exploring the system. And over here it's the front door. You got a ram over here. Once you get inside, it will close off just like that. And here the warp drive and the pentaxic tank is in here. I built a to separate them because the radiation that they're emitting, so you don't actually have to walk across them. And back over here is the main core room and the O2 tanks and fuel tanks. And this one is a tier 3 CV, so yeah, it's gonna work quite a lot to get that. And the tier 2 polarizer shield, is it? Yeah, polarized whole shield, tier 2. Sorry, I'm a bit stuttered today. So yeah, I've been quite a lot busy to building this for fitting in my new series that is about to coming out, I guess. And up here is the piloting room, and sitting here you can look around a little bit to see where you're about. And a little bit decorative has been done like this. And the Wi-Fi is on the front. I think one at the back as well. Yeah, I think one is at the back. So that is much all. And the little SV over here, I believe you already seen this, but I painted on it. And I have to override the original design just to have the paint versions on, so it looks much cooler. Yep. And I made a little fighter over here. The mobility are top notch. And the left side I have a plasma cannon, all 4 valley. And right side I have rocket launcher, homing one for 4 valley also. And back here you have O2 station and armor locker behind here, just in case that if you are going to like raiding a base and you have to get off and you have to replenish or change the armor setup for the boost. And you have the medium jet thruster on the back, and then the front for the stopping force and backward thrust as well. And the thruster around, and then the thruster you have a 4 jet thruster for the lift off force and downward force. And then the like I said, the mobility are very top notch. And yeah, basically that's it. And oh wait, I forgot. There's also a container. Yeah, like I said, if you wanna raid some bases and you getting off the ship, this might help you store some storage a little bit. A 16,000 volume. And I think the ammo as well has the same volume. Yep, 16,000 as well. You only need 2 type of ammo, so you don't have to actually carry a lot. So yeah, this thing is also have a shield and a warp core behind here. This is a warp drive and the shield is on the top. And this one over here, it's a system explorer. I call it the Wanderer because we all like to drive our ship wandering around, so I just call it the Wanderer. So basically the roll move on these things are not very fast, but I'll show you. So in here you have the shield as well, and 2 small constructor, and everything that you need, it's in here. I have the ammo container and the normal container, and you can see it from the outside. I put down a 5 minigun turret to be able to protecting yourself away from the danger. Let's get back inside here. And yeah, you see the warp drivers on top of your head, and the radar is and the detector in the middle, just a little bit. Yeah, I think the design like this suits better for the radar to be put together like this. And I got 4 RCS so that you can. So yeah, this little SV over here is have a very much of a mobility on for turning around and looking up. Basically just that. So yeah, this is so far that I have made for the vessel. And now I'm going to take you all to the... I'm gonna go back to the asteroid and show you what I have been building on the asteroid. Lift off. Alright, where is the planet? I mean asteroid, sorry. Here it is. And now, let's go. Okay, there's my base over here. I actually make like 2 more bases, and one of them wasn't really the base that I built. It's more of like a guard tower. You know, the defense station that the Z-Rex has in around the planet orbit. Yeah, things like that, but way more firepower than the Z-Rex, the normal defense station. It doesn't really need that much of a firepower, really. But I think, you know, I might just have it, just in case. That it might... Yeah, maybe planning on doing something during the series. I'm kinda... To be honest, I'm getting a little bit demotivated, you know, about a job. I wasn't getting hired. It just not been too well for me. Yeah, all that aside, let's check out what I just built. I'm just gonna stop the... Alright, the outpost came into the view, and the mega structure. So yes, I'm gonna landing on the outpost. So I made an outpost just to be able to expand a little bit more easier. Let's just turn around. This way is much better. Good. Alright, welcome to the Crystalline Outpost. This is where okay, in the meantime I was building a outpost because I know that I need a lot of material gathering just to build a frontier, just to be able to operate a little bit easier so I can fit more vessels on one building. And so far I made a outpost for the meantime to be able to store much more material on a base, as much as possible as I guessed. So yeah, this is the look of it, and all the turret has been deployed to defend this one outpost. I think the base can handle itself if the patrol vessel happen to come by. And the entire base are made out of hardened steel. It might actually took a little bit of effort to take it down. So yeah, that's that. And in here, it's the everything that you need. And yes, the base is equipped with the shields. If I walk away for a long time, I might activate the shields, let them protecting themselves. And the right side over here, you can see 6 advanced constructor and a normal large constructor. The advanced constructors are labeled in the yellow color, and the large one is labeled in blue. So hope that doesn't really confuse you that much. I assume you already know which one is the advanced and the large. So yeah, not much of the things to say. And over here you got a garden over to grow the food that you need, and any medical use for the crops. And then here you have the deconstructor and the furnace. That's everything is on the first floor. And then over here, it's basically the med bay. You got everything that you need to cure your infections and any disease that you get from the combat. And over this way is the gravity generator room. In case if the gravity generator damage, you can just walk up and repair it. Yeah, I purposely made it so that you can easily access the gravity generator. And here is the teleporting room. You can store your equipments over here, everything that you gather from the raiding a POI. You can just put it here, and then grab everything you need and teleport somewhere else. And over this side is where your personal belonging is gonna be. Refilled, replenish your O2, your personal closet, everything that you need, just put it in here. And the repair station and the armor locker and a clone chamber. You can set your home spawn in here. And that's all on the first floor, and just move down to the storage area. And here is all the container that you need. You can color them. Yeah, basically you can name them however you want. Down here you have a 7 container controller and 1 ammo container controller. Just in case that if you think 1 ammo container controller wasn't enough to supply the whole base, you can just break down. You can just take out one of the container down here and then replace them with the ammo one, so the whole base can actually have a stable ammunition support. Yep, and the core, it's basically right in the middle over here. And the whole base is basically powered by solar. Basically the whole base are solar powered, so you don't actually need to add any more generator or anything else. Just the CPUs are not packed. The CPU limit is already on the edge. You can add a few more container, but not that much of a container, just because the weapon systems are which one is it? Is it the turret? Yeah, the turret, it's basically taking over the most of the... Yeah, that is a lot of turret. Well, it's for the sake of protection, I guess. And up in the landing pad, you have the repair bay and the console ready for you. Just turn it on and it's activated over there. It's a little green like. It's in the middle over here. I already label out the line for you to landing on perfectly in the middle. So yeah, that is all the outposts that I built so far. Simplistic, just a small outpost that you can landing on whatever you want. And then this one over here, it's the defense, it's the guard tower that I'm talking about. So basically this one's purposely made for guarding the monstrosity beside that, because that one doesn't have any turret on. Entire building is relying on like a device block taking over it, and the whole thing is made out of wood. And this is why the CPU limit are so little, and the block can be the problem of the main building base. Because you know, it's the common problem for everyone to complain. The block doesn't need to be counted as part of the CPU usage. Because my own opinion, the block is just the block. It doesn't need CPU to operate it. They are just acting as a armored block. You don't really need a CPU to operate a block. Did you really think the block can actually does anything rather than just being a armor to protecting you from the danger outside? I think that's obviously the truth. You really don't need CPU point. You don't need the CPU on a block. That is the thing that got me so much trouble of building that one monstrosity over there. Worrying about the CPU limit by using a different block. That should be removed. The CPU on the whole block need to be removed. And I hope Empyion is watching this video somehow, or maybe someone can mention about this kind of problem to them. Then I definitely have no courage of mentioning this kind of a problem, because I don't know if they willing to read it or really have to care about these minor things. They might be thinking that they wanna give us a little challenge just to build something magnificent. But it's kinda limited for me. For every builder that is out there trying to make a magnificent build like the crystalline frontier over there, the monstrosity that I really proud of making it. And I really wanna have like a decent block to protect himself from getting destroyed, or maybe just a little scratch on the block. That's it. The block does not need CPU on them. It never is. It's never the... I don't know how to describe it. It's never the necessary to begin with. I think everyone is gonna agree with me with that, because if you happen to play Reforged Eden, that Raven actually removed the CPU from the block. It was the progress that everyone needs, which is why the Reforged Eden were so popular, because it has the things that Empyion doesn't have it. So if you're watching this video, Empyion, I hope you reconsider or consider remove the CPU on whole block. It just drives me nuts. So my opinion aside, this is a guard tower that I made for protecting the frontier or the outpost if they don't have enough firepower to protect themselves. And yes, this guard tower, it's entirely solar based as well. You don't really have to add any generator on it. Seriously. Just in case if you are using this on Reforged Eden, I think some of the system have like a rogue system. That place is completely darkness and have no stars. So if you're using this guard tower in Reforged Eden, I yeah, you have no problem of taking this out and place the generator inside there. Yeah, this could probably work pretty well. So yeah, it's entirely solar based guard tower, and it has all type of the turrets on it. Let me turn off flashlight. So on the top and the bottom you have a artillery turret for the long range assault, for the long range defensive, and the rocket launcher turret as well. Plasma turret is the essential, and a cannon turret for close quarter combat. Because on the guard tower like this have so many explosive turrets, you're gonna need one of at least like few of these turrets to help you keep damaging the. Sorry about that. You're gonna need them to keep damaging the enemy vessel when they're getting closer. And on the side you have the laser turret as well to help damaging the enemy vessel. So basically that's it for the guard tower like this. I can say it's a heavily armored guard tower. Yeah, that's it. It's just a guard tower. So basically I'm just been making all this stuff when I'm not uploading the video. And don't worry, I'm going to start a whole new series on hard mode with the custom setting that I have in mind. So I don't really plan to following the rules of the setting. I just want to see how hard the enemy becomes, and then after the hard mode series ended, I might begin with the Reforged Eden. I'm planning this ahead, so I might not having many more creation coming up pretty soon. Although I have something in mind, I might wanna make a carrier to have many container on it, so I can take many resources with me along the way with exploring the stars around the galaxies. That way I'll have enough material to build a crystalline frontier. So yeah, that might be my next creation coming up pretty soon. But I think I'll do that along the way with the series that I'm planning on doing all this by taking all this creation to the series that I've been building. Not what I'm talking about. What I was saying is that I will bring this creation to the series that I'm planning on recording. So yeah, this might be all of the things that I needed so far. So thank you guys, and this is it for the video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoying watching this short video, and comment down below if you like to watch me play other game for serious content, and subscribe to me for more content that you wish to see. So all that aside, Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.